stances on the matters of the law seem to me to verge on incoherent.
You think they're wise?
The only way NARA could ever get this stuff, this back, would be please, 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 could we have it back?
And they
Please,
asked for it.
because they have no, we
They
were
did ask
talking.
for it.
No, and
They said,
I
"Can
gave
you
them
give the
some,
documents back?"
and we were talking.
And then they said they went to DOJ to subpoena you to get them
Which
back.
they've never done before.
Right.
And
But why not just hand them over then?
because
Move
I have
on.
boxes, I want to go through the boxes and get all my personal things out. I don't want to hand that over to NARA yet. And I was very busy, as you've sort of seen.
Yeah, but
I've been
according to
very,
the
very
indictment,
busy.
you then tell this aide to move to other locations after telling your lawyers to say you'd fully complied with the subpoena when you hadn't.
But before I send boxes over, I have to take all of my things out. These boxes were interspersed with all sorts of things.
70 years old man.
Please, and please, Trump family, MAGAs, that is Trump supporters, his lawyers, surrogates, associates, please try and do us all a favor.
Continue.
Pick Trump up, pick him up, tie his hands behind his back, and throw him into a room. While you are doing that, make sure you tie the strong rope, whatever rope you use, tie him against his own bed. Lock the room so that Trump will not have access to go out and do another interview. And again, while you are at that, make sure you find a tape, very wide, thick, solid tape. Seal his lips. That way, even when he's inside the room and he screams loud, none of us can hear him. Because the more this guy talks, the more he will put himself in jeopardy. I personally don't want American president to go to jail. He's a former American president, of course, and I personally don't want him to go to jail. That would be a bad reputation for America. What a great country America is. To now have at the back of our history that a former American president go to jail, that will be terrible. We don't want that. But as much as we don't want it, Trump is not helping himself. He is preparing himself to actually go to jail. Of whose benefit this is going to be, I don't know. And I don't understand. And I don't get it anymore. But please, families of Trump people, Trump lawyers, associates, do us all a favor. Keep him in a room so that he won't have access to go to any other interview. Please, while you are doing that, make sure you seal his lips. I'm saying it again. Seal his lips so that he won't be able to shout for all of us to hear anymore. Because the more he talks, the more he's getting closer to going to jail. This guy is running out of time, and his mouth is running him into trouble. Can Trump actually avoid all this dilemma? Yes, he can avoid it, but he chooses not to. After all, the prosecutors, the DOJ, they gave him a lot of chances, a long rope to pull, and yet Trump refused to bring himself up to dignity. They said, all these documents, please, let it go, release it. Trump said, no. All this classified information, please, it's not yours. It's government property. You are no longer in the presidency. Please, release it. Trump said, no. Why? I don't know. But maybe some of you can explain to me why Trump insisted to keep all these documents that landed him in trouble. Maybe one of the reasons is to brag to you guys, to show in the corner of his room that he's still the president of America, keeping some documents that are relevant to government. But at the end of the day, he got himself in trouble. All the things Trump is doing to get himself in trouble, I am blaming you, supporters, for it, because you are not checking him. If you have said the truth to the guy, he won't do any of this mess. I don't want him to run into trouble. After all, he has done his time, 4 years for America. That is enough, or maybe not to you, but I think he's done enough. Maybe damage, maybe good, I don't know. I don't want any former American president with that title in his head to go to jail. That would be a bad reputation for every one of us all, especially America. So please talk to him, because all this nonsense he's doing all around is you guys that are giving him all the impetus. You support him even when he's wrong, and yet when he's wrong, he won't figure it out because you guys keep supporting it. Maybe if you have told him some truth, some very basic hard truth that knock him in the gut, he will have checked himself and released all the documents before it is too late. Now, before he actually end up in jail, please help us all keep him away from the next interview, because Jack, this particular prosecutor, is listening to Trump. Everything Trump says in all this interview is going to be used against him. Tell him to keep his mouth shut. And if he cannot keep his mouth shut, help us all seal it for him so that he will not do another interview, at least until the end of this particular case. We don't want a former president in prison.